And welcome everyone to a Katz chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Darian DeVries from Drake. And Darren, coming off that loss on the road in Northern Iowa every year, late in the season, Northern Iowa, Bradley, you guys, Indiana State now. These are tough games late in the season. You got two left. You're a game behind the Sycamores. You're in that pole position to be one of those top two seeds. What must this team do in this final week of the regular season before Arch Madness?
I think the biggest thing is just have short memory. You can't let one performance affect your next one. So, and that's kind of the case all year long. You just move on, good or bad. And obviously a tough loss for us late in the year here, but ready to get going again and get back out there for a tough road game.
I know I'm on my soapbox here. I know you're going to agree with me here, but there's no shame in losing at Northern Iowa. I mean, these are good teams that you're playing down the stretch. I wish the rest of the country, the committee, the metrics and all that would see that. Put in perspective how hard this league has become, how difficult it is to win on the road, especially in late February.
Yeah, I mean, conference play is always tough, but when you look at our league and the balance from top to bottom, it's incredibly difficult. You go to a place like Northern Iowa, it's a full house, it's a rivalry game. They got a really good team. They're picked second in the league for a reason, and they played well. And it was one of those games in league play in late February. Didn't go our way, but that's what league play is, but you got to bounce back quickly, like we said.
Your son has had an unbelievable season again. What's it been like? Whether the fact that you've got a player who happens to be your son, who you can count on, to get you 15, 18, 20 on a given night.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have, and for us, this year we've asked him to give us 20 and also be our primary facilitator. So it's been we put a lot on his plate this year, but I feel like he's done a great job with it, in making that adjustment and transition throughout the season.
How much more balanced is this group?
Yeah, I think we got a really balanced group. I think that's part of the reason we've been so successful is we have multiple guys on our roster that can go get us 20. And that's a nice luxury to have where we don't have to put all of it, on Tucker to go score every night because we do have multiple guys that can go do that for us and take some of that off his shoulders.
I'm curious, and I know we've talked before about this, but when he plays his last game at Drake, I have to feel like there's going to be those dual emotions of whenever the fact that, and whatever happens, whether it's the postseason now, whatever, that you've got the father and you've got the coach, and just basically embracing that entire moment on sort of both sides of you that you've had to deal with.
Yeah, whenever that time comes, it's I don't know which part of me more sad, the dad or the coach side of it, but what an incredible experience has been for any parent that's been able to experience what we've been able to do these last few years, and I refer back to Doug and Greg McDermott and got to see that with them, and I know when that time is over and done and 10 years from now, it'll be some pretty funny stories, I'm sure, to reflect on and talk about. But for right now, just enjoying every moment of it.
And look, I mean, I know he's only a junior, but I'm just curious. He's talented enough to be obviously a pro. Like, how are you going to navigate that part of that decision, when the time comes?
Yeah, we've talked about that, and I think we both agreed. Let's just finish the year out, and then we'll talk about what that looks like after that. But for now, just stay in this moment and continue to try to win as many games as possible.
Arch Madness, as we said, is going to be crazy. You want to be in that top two slots, with two left to play, to knock off whether it's Northern Iowa, Indiana State, whoever, Bradley. What does Drake have to do at its best in St. Louis?
Yeah, I think for us, it's always about our defense. When our defense is good and we're tough and physical and able to get stops, that's really, seems to work out in our favor because that allows us to get in our transition game. And that's where I think we're at our best. So if we can be good defensively and get into our transition game, that's a good formula for us.
Hey, one last thing, just in general about the league too. Another thing I don't think it gets enough credit. You, Ben, obviously Josh, Brian, I could go down the line. How would you explain to others the quality of coaching in this league, especially as you scout the other teams?
Yeah, I think the league's so well prepared, and players and coaches, everybody just does an unbelievable job of knowing how to try to take away your strengths and making things difficult. And then on the offensive end of the floor, you have to guard actions and be very disciplined in how you do that, because I think everybody is so well schooled in what they're trying to get at both ends of the floor. It makes it challenging. It's also what makes this league so great.
Well, we look forward to this last week, and I think St. Louis is going to be fantastic. Appreciate your time there.
Awesome. Thank you.